Alright, welcome back to another league race, this time with TTG F2 once again. And after last week's calamity around Russia, this time we are going around, or sorry, initially rather, this time we're going around, excuse me, around Sochi Autodrome in Russia. And look at that, I have missed qualifying, the one-shot qualifying, because I didn't get an invite. And I have to join halfway through one shot. And I don't even get to select my beautiful Carlins, which means my helmet I made for this race is completely ruined, but alas, not much you can do. You're going to notice a few bits of recording differences. 60 frames? Hello. Anyways, thankfully I was able to load a setup in the race, but it is raining, so I checked on the formation after this. Going to drive about 5 minutes, but yeah, away we go, and a bit of a better start this time. But again, it's that second phase of the start, I just can't quite nail, but yeah, this is going to be pretty rough going. I did start last, obviously, so you know I do have nothing to lose. I had done some dry running. I did some 45s in TT, so you know I wasn't too upset by the potential pace here, but I wasn't getting to really show it in the wet. But slowing down for the carnage that is in front. Check that out. Just trying to pick our way through. Just keep the car on the track mostly, and you know we can go from there. I do stand by this helmet. Would have looked good with my blue Carlin, but it wasn't meant to be. But carnage in front. Yeah, just trying to pick our way through, and he's got Karna outside there as Zexer. I almost actually ran into him. See, I actually lost the car on a slide. That would have been pretty poor, but it's Honey Badger rather. Thankfully I didn't lose it, and we're just going to try and keep through this. This is of course the feature race. But the big thing, look, is obviously that I avoided damage this time, unlike the first round in the first round, it was round 7 I believe, in Monza, so I just want to keep it nice and calm. I'm just trying to feel my way for the conditions as well. I didn't do any practice in the wet, so just trying to feel my way around. There's a yellow flag in front. Grip is just not great. I had to try and compromise between the dry and the wet, some sort of a wet setup, but in the end this didn't do me any good. But braking in F2 cars is one thing in itself, but you know, in the wet as well, it was a different experience for me, so I was just trying to get used to that. And we're kind of just going to settle here in P14 for this first lap. I'm not sure why I left this lap as long as I did. Well, I actually did do the wide, but I'll tell you a little bit later. Completely missed this corner. Like, the braking is, like, thank God I wasn't behind someone directly, because this would have been pretty disastrous. It's quite tough. Car sliding. There's another car around. I just don't have any confidence really in. Look at that snap there. And a nice warning for that as well. Thanks. I appreciate it. You know, I'm trying my best out here. And you know, I could have, you know, you could at least give me something to work with. But yeah, we are just trying to make our way through lap 1, missing every apex along the way. There's no safety cars in this, by the way, I believe as well. So this, you know, that makes it difficult if you do fall behind. You know, that's going to be difficult to try and catch back up. But anyways, lap 3 rather, and the rain's kind of stopped, but it's just waiting to dry out. So track is getting quicker and quicker. Obviously not time yet to think about switch to dries. Obviously mediums are the only choice really you're going to have to use for these. But lap 5, see DRS I believe is going to be enabled, so I actually debated where to pit the lap before. Thankfully I didn't, and yeah, but unfortunately my teammate is in front, and obviously pit stops in F2 take a little bit longer. I thought I might be safe, but you just got to try and tiptoe our way in. A couple of people pitted the lap before. I did think about it, but seeing the DRS enabled there, I'm glad I didn't. But yeah, we're going to come into the pits. This might have been avoided if I was in the Carlin, but anyways, there goes my temporary teammate for the night. And yep, a nice queue. To be fair, actually, looking back at this, I actually lost a lot more time on this than I gave myself credit for, because you're going to see when we come out, I'm absolutely nowhere. I didn't really. Exit now. And look, pit stops in F2 are longer anyways, but I didn't actually really realise until watching this back right now that this is actually quite a bit. It cost me quite a bit more time than I intended it to. Well, not intend to, but than it actually did. But anyway, there goes everyone, and you see I'm a very long way back. Now, don't get me wrong, my pace in the wet was not great anyway. But yeah, we're ahead of Zexer, and we're going to be there for a little bit. Anyways, this feature race did actually not have a lot going on, and you can see it by my track position. And I completely misjudged this braking point. I just didn't even realise. Someone else took out the other bollard, but I had to try and get around it anyways. That's warning for that as well. We will get a penalty this one anyways, but yeah, lap 7. Track obviously just getting more and more dry, so confidence is growing in that. These mediums actually I did begin to get some confidence with, but you can see we can actually overtake someone, and then he was in the pits, and then Zexter then is 2 points or something seconds behind. So lap 8 then, he's in the back of my tail, but he's not quite within DRS yet, 1.1 seconds, but it's only a matter of time. He did catch up with this lap, and I was actually able to keep him behind, but yeah, now, you know, again, 6 tenths. Well, keep him behind for this straight at least. But, you know, he is quicker. My pace is not great at this phase of the race. I've got nothing, basically, at this part of the race, you know, I'm going to be honest, like, it's just, there's nothing here for me. So, anyways, bit of a snap there, but still keeping obviously him behind. He's not like close enough to make an overtake, but why did I leave so much of this in? I'm beginning to wonder. My entire editing process is completely different now, because obviously I'm using a completely different recording setup, so I guess I left this in because there's not much to do in this feature race. Here we go then, coming out of into the second DRS zone, and yeah, there's not a ton I can really do about this. DRS is pretty powerful in F2, so, and slipstream, so yeah, nothing I can do there. I just kind of fill in. There's going to be a little incident in front. I think Ollie actually, I'm not sure if he has I think he may have lost on his own, I'm not quite sure, but having some issues anyway was Ollie, and then yeah, he rejoins just there. I was hoping he might have damage so you can come into the pits, but pointless pitting at this stage. You basically guarantee yourself last. But maybe wing damage, I thought I may have been able to keep myself in front. Not good corners here to end this lap. Not good at all. Completely missing the apex of both of those. I ended up using second gear a lot. I understand that the recommended gear on to use third, and maybe I'm losing time by shifting down too many times, but I just need to turn in because I maybe do struggle with it. But yeah, here we go then. Nothing I can really do about this, and there goes P12. Yeah, not much I could do about that. And here we go, lap 14, bringing to a close another pretty poor feature race. I thought, well, I mean, look, I mean, I know I might as well have wing damage with the amount of time I lost in the pits, but yeah, there you go. 49.3 as well. I was actually on for a personal best that last lap. I really screwed up the last sector, and yeah, that is your loss for the feature race. So not great, but again, the sprint race always gives me hope. And now, I wasn't fully sure of the conditions for the sprint race. Didn't know if it was going to be wet or not, but with the sprint race, I always feel like there's it's another chance, to get kind of make right, or have another opportunity at something when the feature race obviously doesn't go your way. So yeah, look at the lap times there, pretty poor. But here we go then for the sprint race, sunny, so no stops. Of course, we are going right through this one. 5 lights, and away we go again. Not the best start. We're going to get jumped here by Neon and Ollie as well, and then Maze on my left as well, and then Spikes. So it's been a really poor start. I've lost 4 positions off the bat, but look at this nonsense in front of us. So, and then there's the Arden as well. I'm just going to back nice and early on the brake and just see what happens. So a couple of people spin off right off the bat, but I am basically last of people who didn't have an accident. So we're going to stick with this first lap because I'm not sure if Maze got damage or something, but I just felt like I had a good level of comfort with the mediums now at this stage, and I just felt pretty good about some of my braking points and gears and turn in, and racing another car helps as well because you can go a bit slower. I'm losing the back end slightly there, and I wasn't sure if Maze had wing damage or something, but I was able to keep. I was worried at this stage, maybe losing touch, and obviously IRL Neon is right behind me as well. So I'm going to get a good run against Maze here, heading up towards this right-hander here before unloading onto the second DRS zone. Of course, not activated yet. He gives you space, does Maze, so I appreciate that more than he probably needed to. He's still up front, but I'm going to try and dip into the slipstream. See cars begin to escape a little bit up in front. We're going to try and stick with Maze here, and I don't have the confidence yet to do massively late braking moves, so I'm just going to try and file in for now and hope to stick within DRS, and we can see what comes, what comes of that perhaps. Again, Neon, I thought, I wasn't expecting me to keep behind me. I'm just, I guess I've done a better job this time around, I think, focusing in front of me than behind me, and I was really enjoying the opportunity, to actually race some people. This is the first time I've actually got to race people, not out of position or of the sort. So I was really excited to do some racing finally in F2 and go across the line there. Again, I'm not under immediate threat from behind, but I'm not exactly posing any threats up front either. So yeah, dipping into the slipstream, nothing happening, gaining a good bit of time here, but nothing obviously. But with DRS, that could be quite promising. Like a good run out of the oh dear, that is a extremely slow transition. Oh, we're going to have to fix that. Yeah, lap 3 DRS has now been enabled. I have no idea what that was about, but not quite close enough to make a move on Maze. And yeah, for now, nothing quite doing. But soon, perhaps soon. Long right-hander of left-hander of turn 3, nothing doing there either. And very slow transition. Jeez, these are a little bothersome. But again, heading on to lap 4, you see the cars in front, and I'm in a little bit of a better position this time to try and make a move on Maze. I know Leon's right behind me as well. I'm going to have DRS as well, though, so that's going to be useful. Again, Maze does not have DRS, and so again, could I have gone for a move? Maybe a dive, but I didn't feel quite comfortable going late braking. You see, I actually ended up closing up quite close to him anyways. Leon there is going to be car on the left-hand side here. I believe it's Zexer. And so that actually might have saved me a little bit, having to mind that car, and obviously maybe Leon doing the same thing. So that it ends that kind of threat from Leon behind me for the time being. See, there's two cars squabbling in front there. Those might come into our view later. We've got to try and get by Maze first. And the fact that he's not within DRS yet is pretty big, and I need to try and keep pace with him because, yeah, I think I do have the pace to get by. But I'm going to have to try and, obviously get something sorted with DRS. There goes Spike. That's the position there. So we're moving closer to the points now, which is good. And I'm liking how close I am to Maze this time around, heading out of this right-hander here. Good exit there. Really good exit there. And I'm feeling pretty good now that this could be the one. But quite a difficult place to judge a move, obviously, with the twists and turns of it before the braking zone. We're going to duck to the left-hand side. And thankfully, this is going to be a fairly straightforward move on the racing line. I have to move back over, and these two are going to get punchy in front, and that's going to get me close to them with DRS. Not quite. Oh gosh, that was really slow. Not quite with DRS yet, but again, they're squabbling, and thankfully, I wasn't. I was able to break away enough from Maze that DRS there wasn't really a threat. Again, here we go. They're getting very punchy. I am now within DRS now. And it's TTG Sean and Suarez there. You can try and go alongside him. Around the outside is not going to really work though, but again, you see Maze and Neon are right behind us. So I think there's another car there as well. But this time, he has DRS in front, so I'm a little skeptical of my ability to pass. I am closing in with slipstream, you can see, but nothing really doing. Just going to try and brake early, and he goes deep, and that's going to allow Sean to get through. It's going to allow myself to get alongside the outside as well, and then that'll feed into, Suarez and such squabbling behind, but I need to try and get by Sean here as quickly as possible. DRS this time is open, but am I going to go for the move this time? No, not quite close enough. Let's see if we can get a run out of turn 2 though. Again, nice, hitting the apex nicely. Again, under no threat from the cars behind. They're all squabbling with each other, so it gives me free rein to try and attack in front. A little bit of lag there, a little bit of motion with the wheel there, just through turn 3 can be pretty dangerous. But this time, lap 7 then, in much better position this time to attack that Campos in front. And here we go, this is going to be a pretty straightforward move, pulling alongside, the confidence on the brakes, and we're going to make this turn, make this move, and moves up into 7th place. So I've been really enjoying, this was super fun, this was so much fun. Sean's not quite out of it yet though, but I have obviously the normal line for turn 3 and into turn 4, so I feel pretty good about that. Now it's up to me to try and break DRS if possible, and that's going to be the big thing, and I actually did manage to do it. There's going to be another Calamity there. There is Siege again. He is off to the left hand side, so he's out of this race, I believe. So I managed to break away from Sean, so the pace was good. I have to say the pace was pretty solid. Nothing imposing on the top 5, but yeah, here we go then. That was really it for the rest of the race. Once I got past Sean, that was it. The guys behind squabbled hard. I was able to pull away from them, and being out of DRS then was huge. We're going to take a P6, so really happy with that. That was super fun. That was so much fun, that race. I really enjoyed that. Yeah, just super fun. It was actually nice to, actually mix it up with those guys for once. And yeah, I mean, lap times, I was still lacking a little bit in terms of lap time, but getting closer and closer, I think, each race. Now, Russia's a good track for me regardless. Russia's probably one of the better tracks on the F1, in F1. And in F2, it was quite comfortable for me as well. So really happy with that. Super, super fun. That's going to do it, I believe. This, next up, I think, is Abu Dhabi. But I'm not, yeah, I think it's Abu Dhabi. I think it's the last round of the season. Excuse me, so I'm really looking forward to that. Off of the heels of a strong result here. So yeah, thanks for watching, and until next time.